Good morning. We are at Shell Key Preserve and I'm gonna go for a paint and paddle, and I wanted to show you. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Look how cute this is. So we're gonna go paddleboarding to the preserve. Paddling to the preserve roughly takes 45 minutes to an hour, but for me, it literally took an hour and a half because I was having so much fun. I recommend watching the tide charts. I went early in the morning. I think it's great before the heat of the day, around 8 a.m., and then come back around noon. I don't want to be recording much of me, like paddling on my butt like this. I kind of want to stand and just get to the preserve. It's beautiful, it's calm. The sun's nice and golden, and I made a friend, so he's coming back. He really likes me. Swim faster, little guy, look at him. Swim faster. There he is. Oh my god. He's gotta come up soon. Oh! Hi! Oh, I can hear him breathe. How cute. This is the coolest thing ever. Hi, little guy. There he is. Hearing him breathe is so peaceful. Their eyes are like just emerald, like greenish blue. They're beautiful. I need to figure out where I'm going. Do you want to lead the way? Or are you just gonna follow my drift? Literally. I made two friends, two of them. Look, look, look. Oh, turn. Oh, he just went under, but look at this one. Oh, where'd he go? He's under me. The other one's under me. Where are you, little guy? Oh, there he is. Yeah, I got two friends. Oh my god, this is so cool. I'm having the time of my life. Guys, there are four. There are four here now. Like, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh my goodness. This is so cool. They're fishing near me. Like, look. Oh my goodness. Wow. Just wow. Oh my god. 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 Oh, that's a cool, wow. Oh my freaking god. How could this day get any better? Oh my god. The first step, in my opinion, before ever sitting down to paint is enjoying nature and going on adventures before painting each piece, because it inspires each one of them and creates a story with them. So take your time with this process. Don't think about the painting and just go on wild adventures, let yourself live, and then we will get into the piece very soon. I am on Shell Key Preserve and I wouldn't be able to be here without my breakwater supply bag. This is their new Riverton waterproof tote and I love this thing. After testing it on my paddleboard and seeing all those cute little friends on the water, this thing is huge. It's huge. It's got nice pockets in the front for easy access, although these ones aren't waterproof, but it's still perfect to put quick things inside of here. There is a water bottle holder in here. They got straps to kind of put the sides in. And I mean, I filled this thing to the tippy top. And it's, in my opinion, pretty easy to get things in and out compared to their backpacks. I love their backpacks because you can put it on your back, and if you have to walk or hike somewhere, especially with your board, that's perfect. But if you want quick, easy access and you don't really have to walk far, this is perfect. You just throw it on your shoulder, it's quick, and you're good to go. And you just zip this up, and all your stuff in here is waterproof. I brought my Insta360, my GoPro, my Osmo DJI Pocket 3, and I mean, that's thousands of dollars worth of stuff in this bag, and it is amazing. So this is your sign to go get yourself one. You won't regret it. I want to go swim, do some shelling and paint and just have so much fun. We have a couple hours here and then we will paddle back, which will take 30 minutes to an hour. It took me an hour and a half to get here because I was just floating and hanging out with those birds. I don't really know what they are. I'm gonna have to look it up, but let's just have the best day ever. Now let's start the watercolor painting. It's also important to enjoy your surroundings while you're doing this process. The supplies I'll be using today are watercolor paper, a couple of brushes, some seawater, and of course my favorite paints, shimmery watercolors from Beam Paints. I honestly can't do a painting without them. They add so much character, sparkle, and life to every piece, so if you wish to paint similar pieces like me with the sparkles, I definitely recommend going with Beam Paints. The first step is putting your initial layers down. I like to start with the water itself. Don't overthink it. The more random and free your strokes are, the more natural it will look. And again, practice makes perfect. Let the paint and water move on their own, blend and surprise you, and that's how I find you make the perfect water with watercolor. You'll notice in my waves too, I also like to utilize what's called white space, and this just gives the water depth and illusion of waves moving across the surface, so you don't necessarily have to cover the whole bottom, just make sure you leave some white space to kind of add that effect. Once that first layer is dry, I like to go back and add details. So this is your next step, is to add textures, shadows, little accents that tell the story of the scene. In this case with the water, I just add in some more waves. Painting on location is one of my favorite ways to work because I never come with expectations or a set idea. I just literally sit on the beach, take in the view, and start painting. That inspiration in the moment pushes me to be more creative because I'm reacting to what I see and feel right there on the spot. For the actual details in the sky, I will break down further in the next painting. And with these little pieces, if you follow me on Instagram, I started what's called a mini charm drop collection, and it's just these little paintings that are painted on location or inspired from them, and I put them in these little frames and charm each one of them. Doing things like this makes me feel so grateful for Earth and everything, all the hard work that I do to be where I am today. So I'm just finishing up this painting. I'm just gonna charm this little seashell on the little painting I made. I made it a little too small, but it's still perfect. Like, I absolutely love it. And then we have to paddle back. One, it's getting hot and it's just extremely exhausting when you have limited supplies at the beach, so I have to be careful I don't get myself sick by staying out here too long, especially alone, and I need the energy to paddle back. To finish this piece, I like to charm my paintings with something I find while I'm out here. Today it's a little seashell I picked up along my journey on the beach, and it just feels right to let the ocean leave its own mark on this piece. And I am not a professional wire wrapper by any means. Honestly, I just watched a couple TikToks and YouTube tutorials and then started winging it. That's kind of the magic of it. You don't have to overthink it. I just go with the flow, letting the wire find its way around the shell, and then it is finished, and that's it. A little piece of the adventure becomes part of the painting. Every shell, every charm is one of a kind, just like the moment it came from. Shell Key Preserve in Florida. It is so adorable. Okay, now I need to pack up and paddle back and put this away so I don't lose it. All right.
Let's explore a little bit.
There's something about painting at sunset that feels so much different. The world slows down, and for a moment it's just you, the colors, and the light changing in front of your eyes. You just want to lay there, relax, take it slow. Painting helps me press pause, to breathe, to be grateful, and to just be. This piece isn't just about the view, it's about the piece, about taking time to notice what's already there. And you know what? It's okay if you don't finish in one session, because I didn't. I had to come back another day to complete this piece, and it was because I just wanted to relax and listen to the sounds, close my eyes, and I think that made it even more special. It grew over time, just like the moments I spent with it, and sometimes slowing down is the most powerful thing you can do for yourself and with your art. So don't feel pressure to finish something quick, but sometimes if you really want to, you can also definitely do that. But I really took this time to soak in the sunset. So usually with sunsets, sometimes I feel like I have to split up into like 2 evenings, because the sun goes down so fast that I don't have enough time to pack up before it gets dark. Because as soon as the sun breaks and goes away, it gets dark fairly quick. So that is like one thing to keep in mind when you paint at sunset. If you really want to get just before the sunset view, you probably got like 20 minutes. So it's like really testing your abilities of how fast you can paint, but also like making it look good and peaceful and relaxing at the same time. It definitely takes some practice. And if you want to split it up in 2 evenings, that's cool too. But sometimes you don't have 2 evenings, so you kind of have to like take it home and finish it. But this is what I got. It is so cute. And I was able to find a shell that kind of matches the pink vibes going on in this piece. And I usually don't put like subjects or objects in my pieces, but I just felt like the birds were really going with the vibe tonight. And so I just decided to put some birds in there to really go with the flow. And the sun was so pink and so beautiful. So yeah, I definitely am obsessed with this piece. It is just cute and warm and fuzzy anytime I look at it. So, but now it's time to go and enjoy the rest of the evening, because it's gonna get dark really quick now that the sun has gone away. So here I'm at another location, and not every painting day is perfect. Today the conditions definitely were not ideal. It was windy, tricky to set up. My umbrella was like flying everywhere, and honestly I could barely record anything, but that's not really the point. The point was just to show up. Even when things aren't working out, I try to remember why I come out here in the first place: to paint, to collect a little piece of the day, and to just have fun with it. And somehow, even with all the chaos, this turned out to be one of my favorite pieces. And maybe that's the magic of watercolor. It doesn't ask for perfect conditions, it just asks you to try, and it always surprises you. So yeah, Not every day is easy, but every day can still be beautiful, and this piece is definitely cute. And I wish I had better conditions to record how I painted this wave, but maybe I'll save it for another video, so comment if you wish to learn how to paint watercolor waves, but I will go into more details on how to paint palm trees in the next piece, so let's continue.
Well, I don't know if you can hear me too well because it is so windy and there are so many people here. I did not expect this. I am at Fort DeSoto Park, south of Tampa, and it's extremely busy, but the water is like this perfect emerald green. We're just hanging out here. It's extremely hot. I'm just gonna paint this and then we're gonna go because it is hot, and getting cool down sessions in my car has been really helpful because yeah, it's really warm. Really warm.
We are at such a cool spot, and it is the St. Pete Pier, and St. Pete is just such a great spot. It just feels so alive. It's not just a place, it's really a big community. People are always out there working out, biking, or just enjoying the water, and I actually made some friends for the first time I came here to paint before I even dipped my brush into the water, and we are still friends. And that's the kind of energy this spot has: connection, stories, and a little bit of magic in the air. So let's start working on these palm trees. For details like this, I use the wet on dry method. That means wet paint on completely dry paper. It gives me sharper, cleaner lines, which is perfect for palm trees because they're all about those thin, textured leaves and detailed trunks. So I always like to start light, just soft greens or soft like gold colors to map out the shape, and then I slowly build depth by layering darker tones on top, and each layer adds more definition, like the way the sunlight hits the leaves differently. So on the trunk, I use that same approach, the wet on dry, so I can be precise with those textured marks, starting light, then gradually depending with darker browns, giving it that rough natural look. Now, because I do love Beam Paints watercolor, I use a gold color for the brown. It's all about patience here, letting the layers build up the story of the tree. And once that tree feels alive, I start moving into the water. That balance of detail against the openness of the ocean is what makes coastal scenes so fun to paint. I also decided to add a pier in here, and then I rinse and repeat in terms of ripping it in unique figures, putting it in the charmed frame, and then charming a seashell from my adventures. I love that every coastal painting ends up with its own little personality. Part watercolor, part adventure, part memory. This one isn't just about palm trees and ocean water, it's about community, stories, and the tiny treasures you find along the way. So I hope you loved every single one of these pieces I created on my Tampa adventure. This was such a special place, and it was so much fun, and I'm very excited to go back to Tampa and do some more adventuring. Thanks for painting with me out here. Follow my Instagram and stay tuned for the collection release of Tampa Bay. You have the first sneak peek. And until the next adventure, keep chasing color, keep chasing stories, and keep painting your world a little brighter, and we'll see you on the next video.